Hi YouTube, it's Ty, and I am back with a follow-up to my last colorism video that I did, which was entitled something along the lines of, do dark-skinned black men talk the most trash about dark-skinned black women? Bottom line, the answer seemed to be yes. At least according to what most of you all are saying. But I enjoyed reading those comments, and before I get started with this video, I do want to thank one of the commenters, American Copperhead, because I was asking you all, I gave you all a bunch of examples of black men, dark-skinned black men for the most part, perhaps with the exception of Neo, you might consider him brown or dark, but anyway, who have said colorist jokes and sometimes not jokes at all about dark-skinned black women. And I asked you all, I said that we would break it down person by person, and I asked you all where you wanted me to start or who I should start with, and American Copperhead gave me someone who wasn't even on my list, someone who I didn't know really said anything. I don't follow him, but Ricky Smiley is the topic of today's video. And what I said as far as Hollywood is concerned, I think that the best thing that we can do is just not support these people. Our spending dollar has a lot of power. If they don't want to hear our voices, then we can make our opinions very clear by where we put our money. So I just say, listen to, what it is I have to say, and this is old news. It's just stuff about Ricky Smiley that I didn't know. It's nothing that surprises me though. When I saw his name come up in my comments under that video, I wasn't surprised, and I'll tell you why. Because of something that I heard his son say actually last year as well. So this is probably old tea for a lot of you all. I didn't know though, so I'm just going to share it with you. If you already knew, go on and dismiss it, or you can turn the video off now, or if you knew about it and you have more to add to it, then please put it in the comments. But I just think that if we are women who are going to be anti-colorism, then we need to stop supporting men who are colorists. So let's just put all their information out there, and then you make a decision on your own. Like I said, I'm not Monique. I'm not going to be telling you boycott Netflix. I'm not going to tell you to boycott anybody. I don't really follow Ricky Smiley, so it's not anyone for me to boycott. He's not anyone for me to boycott, but maybe some of you follow him or know people who do, and I think that if we I think that it could be a powerful step toward ending colorism in the media if we just stop supporting these colorist men and women, but the subject today is men, so don't say that I don't talk about women. We just have the subject at hand today of these men. Okay, so like I said, when I talked about doing a series on these colorist men in entertainment, it was American Copperhead who brought up something that Ricky Smiley said in April of last year, and it didn't surprise me at all because I don't follow Ricky Smiley and I don't follow anything that he does, but I do remember hearing, I think I read it on some blog, about a statement that his son made on Ricky Smiley's reality show about not finding black women attractive. And the only thing that I could think when I heard it was oftentimes the fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. And I'd never heard Ricky Smiley say anything about black women, but I was just thinking that this son must be getting it from somewhere, and it's not school, not necessarily, because I went to a predominantly white school, and I have a black father. I've always found black men attractive. I've never, just thought that black men were ugly because there were mostly white guys around, in my dating pool, or, I guess to choose from or whatever. And so people were kind of trying to give his son a pass and say, well, he probably just goes to school for rich kids and there's probably nothing but white girls around, so that's probably just what he likes. But I don't give passes for that because I kind of grew up, in a similar kind of way, and you can still respect your race and even the opposite gender of your race and have a preference. But yeah, I wasn't here for what he said, and it was back in January, I believe, of last year that it aired. And just the bottom line, and I'm quoting, black females black females are not attractive to me, is what he said in quotes. But then he also said, he added, that they are more like sisters to him. I could see myself hugging one and, dapping them up. And for those, giving them a pound, whatever, I could see myself doing it like that. Basically treating them the way you treat guys, but, they're not attractive. And, there are people who don't find black women attractive, and if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But I don't think that there's ever a need to state that, and I would feel the same about black women who choose to, date outside of their race. There's never a need to just say, well, I don't find black men attractive, or, I don't date black men for XYZ reason. If they're not your preference, then just stick with what you're with and talk about that and keep your focus on that, is the way that I feel about that. And so when I heard that Ricky Smiley's name came up in, in those comments in my last video, because of what I had already heard his son say, I wasn't surprised. So as far as I know, the situation with his son happened in January of 2017. And then here we come to April 2017, and Ricky Smiley has a radio show that I've heard, I think, once or twice, maybe when I was living in Florida for a part of 2016. Not particularly a funny show to me or whatever. It wasn't my bag of tea, but he has some segments where he does different things, and completely out of context and just out of the blue, while he's telling some story, whatever, he throws in something about how this black woman who was very dark walked into his kitchen and she was so dark that his skillet started laughing. And I'm just like, is that really funny to anybody? And especially coming from Ricky Smiley, I mean, let's face it, nobody's mistaking you for Chico DeBarge or Albie Shore or Christopher Williams. Ricky Smiley is not too light himself. And so my thing is, if your skillet was laughing at this woman who's so dark, had your skillet been laughing at you the whole time you owned it? How do you get anything done in your kitchen with this skillet laughing because you and your black ass son are walking around your kitchen all the time? So this skillet must just, have its stomach must be hurting from laughing so hard from all the blackness, that it must see in that kitchen, So yeah, that was something that American Copperhead told me about that I had not heard about. Like I said, I don't follow Ricky Smiley, but I do tend to kind of hear, these bad stories, and I don't know, maybe the story didn't get too bad. Maybe he, I do believe that he issued an apology, in which when men say things like that, when anyone says something like that, men or women, I'm not ever interested in their apology, because I always believe that you meant what you said. You're apologizing at this point to protect your bottom line. You're apologizing to protect your brand. You're apologizing because your audience is mostly black people, and I'm sure that you got some major backlash for that stupid joke. And it wasn't even funny. Like, I'm offended on a couple of levels, just as a black woman. No, I'm not a dark-skinned woman, but I'm a black woman. And so I find that to be offensive, just because I love black women. But as a person who considers myself to be a little bit funny, I find it also offensive because it's a joke and it's not funny. I don't like unfunny jokes. So, I don't know, maybe people who were listening to his radio show, maybe a few people got a kick out of that, but it's so elementary, it's so base, it's so stupid. I can't see how anybody would have just been driving to work and hearing about a skillet laughing at some dark woman, and that's really funny. Oh my gosh, I missed my exit because I was laughing so hard, right? No, not funny. So then getting back to Ricky Smiley's little black ass son, who made the comment about not finding black women attractive, he came out to issue an apology as well. Again, why I don't listen to apologies. Now, he's only 15, so he somewhat gets a pass, but by that age you are starting to kind of form the way that you're going to think as an adult. So when he issued his apology, the apology was bullshit, like most apologies are when it's something of that nature that people are apologizing for. He said that the producers made him say it, that it was in the script. And so my thing is, if that is the case, then that's even worse, because if it was in the script, then you read the script. And so you're just going along and, I don't find black girls attractive. So if you do find black girls attractive, and this was written in your script, then don't you at that time speak up and say, hey, I don't want to say this. This says that I don't find black girls attractive, but I do. Don't you speak up and say that? And then this isn't just some random reality show. This is your father's reality show. So if the producers are telling you that you have to say it, then don't you just say, well, I'm going to talk to my daddy because I don't want to say this. You know, isn't that how it goes? And then also in that apology, I mean, he's learning from, like, the worst of black men, because this is another thing they like to say about why they don't like black women in general, and then dark black women sometimes in particular, because I had bad experiences with black women. Really? You're 15 years old. What experiences have you had with black women, or let's say girls, at your age, at the age of 15? Because I mean, I can at least halfway understand when grown men say it. You know, maybe that black woman is getting on you because you're not bringing home the bacon to pay these bills. You know, what is some 15-year-old girl getting all aggressive with you about? Because, you know, that's what they like to put on us. We're aggressive and we're angry all the time. And so, like, what is she mad because you're not completing your algebra homework, and she's just getting on you about it? She's being all black woman about it and snake charming and telling you better do your homework, you better stop bringing home these F's. What bad experiences are you having at the age of 15 with black women? You know, if you don't like black girls, you don't like black girls, and then just say that. Just say that, or don't say it. Just go and date white girls or Asian girls or Latina girls or whatever it is that you like, and just be happy. But you don't have to open your mouth and speak against your counterpart, your sisters, black girls who look just like you, black girls who are just as black as these girls you're demeaning. Don't do that. And so, of course, you know, Ricky Smiley came out and backed up his son and blamed it on the writers and the producers. And again, just to that, I say, Ricky Smiley, this is your show. If there was a problem with it, then you should have stepped in and said, hey, this isn't how my son feels. You know, he dates black girls. You know, his girlfriend is black, and I don't want him saying this and alienating my black audience, my audience of mostly black women who watch my stupid ass show. And I don't know if his show is still on the air. Were you all supporting his show when it was on? Is it something that, if it is still on the air, if his radio show is still on the air, is it something that you're going to continue to support? I don't follow Ricky Smiley like that, but if he's got anything currently going on, are you going to continue to support him? Just a question. So, yeah, then Ricky Smiley, he apologized on his son's behalf for his son saying that black women aren't attractive to him. And he apologized on his own behalf for telling that joke about, you know, comparing a dark black woman to a skillet, because, you know, he's just so light. But anyway, yeah, that's all. So I just think that certainly qualifies him as colorist. That is his mindset. I don't buy these apologies when these people come out and issue apologies. But tell me what you think. Do you find his apology sincere? Does his radio show, air in your market? Is his reality show still on? If anyone can answer that for me, let me know if you all are going to watch his reality show. He clearly, in my opinion, apologized to protect his bottom line and to try to keep those black women there supporting his show. And the sad thing is that there are a lot of black women who consider themselves pro-black, who just want to support black men at all costs, but don't look at the fact that these black men aren't supporting them like that. Not all black men, obviously, but, you know, I believe, in my opinion, the Ricky Smileys of the world do not deserve our support. But let me know what you're going to do about Ricky Smiley if he is available in your market. Is he someone you're going to continue to watch? Is he someone you stopped watching a long time ago because you already knew about this stuff? Because, again, it is old. I just didn't know. So anyway, thanks for sticking around for another Brown Girl on Colorism video, and I'll be back with some more because we had a long list, but I had to start with the one that American Copperhead gave me, and thank you again for this because I did not know. Hope you all are having a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.